although the leech telltale is starting. So you got a puff just now. So a little puff, but that's still 2 hook. Now, this is a fraction more open. Traveler is a little looser than hers. Leech telltale is flowing most of the time, but only half the time. So right at the top of the swell, you might have to pull in. Leech of the jib looks good. Jib in a click.
Yes, we are.
I did not see that puff. Once in a while, the leeward telltale's gonna wiggle a little, and then just go back to what feels normal. Nice. So you're watching the deck, and when it feels good, you're a little more in on the deck, and when you're feeling worse, you wait a couple seconds and you barely let it out. Really good to speed test, especially when you've been practicing a lot. It's really big to speed test a little bit closer together. This is maybe a little too close, but Sean is just trying to see if he can just hang there. And these guys, see his leech telltale is flowing and that guy's not. Both jib telltales look exactly the same. Jibs look exactly the same, I think, on the slot. Body position's very much the same. Oh, Vesper.
I'm thinking like right over here, maybe.
Antoine Street.
Copy that. That's what I'm doing.
Coach. Again, your leech is a little stalled. Yeah, 1 inch down low opens it up like 5 at the top, so 4 at the top, so good. See, he's hooked. Okay, I gotta hold the camera steady. He's more twist. Again, you need compasses so that you now know. If we're headed, that maybe is why, but Sean's consistently squirting out. Yeah, so Sean is squirting out on people. Depends on our compass heading now, but Zach, okay, Vesper. You're really trying to only ease an inch or two because every inch down here is a lot at the top. Now he's quite fast. He is quite fast. Yeah. Any movements, really the crew about 30% and the skipper 70% in this light stuff. Once it gets a little windier, the crew and the skipper start moving together pretty much. Okay, he seems to be going a little better. Now we should finish the speed test with Vesper tacking and see how she did against these guys. Yeah, look at that kite. Warpath. Okay, clues should be level. Swells are going right to left a tiny bit, so it's going to be hard to fly the kite on starboard. I bet you when we get on port tack, it's going to be easier. That's about 2.5 minutes of current right there. So it's only 2 boat lengths a minute. Sailing distance probably. Yeah. I think they set the line pretty square up here. So that's 2.5 something boat lengths per minute of current, not much. And it's going from right to left a little bit. Race 1 of the California State Championship. P flag is up. And that usually means a general recall for the first race. Then they'll go to the U flag right away, which is disqualification if you're in the triangle between the start line and the windward mark. If you get in there with less than a minute to go, you get U flagged, which is DSQ, unless there's a general recall or a postponement. The boat end is favored. You can see the pin is way down there, so the kids are not dumb. They start a lot. These guys are 7 months in high school sailing, starting every single other day, every 2 or 3 days a week, starting practice. You do have to be careful because there's the judges right there. We got 59884 Zach Peterson going to San Diego State next year. I think he just got flagged. Somebody just got flagged. Oh, 24 got flagged. 9884 saw that happening and stopped sculling. If we get this start off, we might get this start off. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's pretty normal. What you do after a general recall is keep racing, keep practicing a little. Just act like you're staying in the race, just keep practicing. Okay, he's gonna go to the U flag very quickly. We have a lot of goals for the regatta. Pretty much what I want them to do is go out and put on a performance. They've done a lot of clinics, a lot of practice. Go out there and do what they think is right. Keep making improvements, keep learning, ramping it up into the Nationals, which is in 3 weeks. Kind of glassy where I am. I don't know if you can see it, but to lure to that power boat right up there is more wind. Stand up on your boat at 3 minutes right after your kelp check. You should have a 3. Oh, there's wind just to the right of that guy. So your game plan hopefully is to get out of there. Oh wow, cruising boat looks lifted out there. Looks like he's got plenty of breeze. Really can't get behind him. The judges are keeping us so far away from the line that I can't really video that great. This isn't much better, but P flag just went down and those guys are really close to the boat. From what I understand, the pin boat they have a ham radio or something going where they count down the last 10 seconds, so they're not calling it over the radio, but they're calling it over some inside communication, which is important to do because that sound signal is going to take quite a long time to get down here, a couple seconds. And if the race committee calls people over based on the sound signal, oh, that's bad. Those guys are, the checkered flag is the line. Not going to be able to see anybody. Oh boy, I don't want to sit out here forever doing starts. They got to do U flag or we're just here all day. Too bad. All clear! Okay, I'm so confused. Can you look really carefully and see what flag you see up there? It's a freaking X flag. I am blown away. I must have been way off on my time. That whole committee boat, if we go back and look at the last video, the entire committee boat was covered. And I was above the line.
Gathered from the silence that they're on their way to you.
Angle, it's hard to tell anything, right? I don't know who's ahead. 1813. That's Celeste tacking right there, but 1813 looks like my goal for them was to, you know, go ahead and heel the lure a tiny bit. Just cut it down a little. There is more wind out there, dude. I think there's more wind on the left, so we're gonna see what happens. I really can't get close to the boats on this big of a regatta. But yeah, Ben's just going towards more breeze, good start, and there we go. Yeah, one of the most experienced guys in the fleet, junior in high school. You're gonna see there's times where his mast is not straight up and down. Yeah, little leeward heel right in there. Ooh, I almost dropped my phone. I think it's that guy right there. See that? Little leeward heel. It just helps you get through the swells just a little. Then when the boat feels really good, just to flat. Definitely don't go heel into windward over here. 1813 out there, a lot of wind, hiking, crossing people, I think. So it's hard to see them, but you got 2441 just ducked 9884 right there. They look like they're doing well, 9884. He's tacking back. That is Zach and Samantha, both seniors in high school. I don't know where Samantha's doing for college, but I know Zach will be sailing at San Diego State, which made the Nationals for the first time in 30 or 40 years. Oh, 9982, that's Cam and Will just crossed Zach. So I think all of our kids are doing okay. One, first around is the most fastest guy and girl, 95. And then second is Zach. No, that's Cam and Will, 9982. I really like the fact that we talked about, you know, it's probably a pretty right favored place, and I saw 0 of our kids, I think, on the left. You've got Vesper with the orange kite, 247. I'm surprised Ben hasn't come around yet. Ben was the 1813 that was doing so well. And I still don't see him. We are trying to work on our spinnaker trim. I think it depends on where we sail at Nationals. I have a feeling they're going to go to the ocean. See that? Slow roll, spinnaker rotates flat in the boat, rocks it out to windward. That's Kingston was right next to Ben, so something happened to Ben. That must be him with the black and white kite. Yes, it is. Black and white striped kite is Ben. Early jive, he's probably in about 13. I think he must have overstood because he was right with 9008, maybe 4 boat lengths behind. Now he's 12 in like 1 minute. Windward mark, I think you have to be careful. There's Warpath kite in there, Sean and Lauren. Doing what Antoine said, try to just picking away at boats now. Try to get up to 8th or 10th now from 16th, 17th. Vesper in August, 2441. Really good looking spinnaker here. Race 1, Will and Cam in second there, 9982 with a loose bang. That's good to see how low you go at times. Very good. Vesper and August really jumped and pounced on that group. I think they did well. Orange kite. Okay, race 1. See if I can find any of our other guys. I think I'm just starting to see some clearing in there over the city and over LA, and there's Will and Cam jiving nicely, laying the right gate. This guy is heeling to leeward, main loose. So if you're in back there, you're looking at that guy and seeing how he's sailing. And she's got the pole kind of forward, and then he steers to the kite quite a bit. You guys got to practice that. There's times where you practice kind of holding the kite steady and letting the skipper change course and see if they can keep the thing filled. Kind of like you're steering to a jib. Okay, and then Vesper and August, we'll see how they come here. Orange kite, looks like they're about the same. Blue and white striped kite, looks like he's in bad air, but looks like he's putting pressure on the boats ahead. The gates here are very close together, so they're not urgent. I think the left gate is further upwind, a left turn. Wow, is he making that? Wow, he called that ley line perfectly. Yeah. Back here, and you see him go to the left one, it is you have more than a 50-50 chance that you are going to the left one. Usually the best sailors pick the correct gate. Yeah, second place heading for the left gate. You now, orange spinnaker should be racing to the left gate right now. They should be jiving and going for the left gate. Yeah, go, 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 girls. Go, 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 you're making it. Beautiful rotation. Beautiful. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to have any problem here either. I think they're going to cross 8636 there later. Okay, now they're leaving that gate, and if that was a start line, I don't know where I would start. Interesting. I think that this guy looks more headed than they do. It looks like an even split. It looks even. But I think I'm going right, man. I think the right was better. See that? They ended up crossing them there. They called a perfect ley line. 2441 running in 248. They lost one boat, basically the same. that they were. Okay, race one, into the finish line. And this guy's kind of reaching a little maybe, but no, not really. But look at how solid the spinnaker is. This is what we're working on. It's not very big waves like yesterday, but he's just very good at steering to the kite. And she just keeps the thing perpendicular to the wind, basically. The pole moves very little in this stuff, and she's just playing the sheet, never looking down really. Maybe looking down just briefly to see a wave if there is waves, but this is pretty flat. These boats did well. This is indicative of a right wind shift here. Everybody's on port tack. So the wind has gone right. I'm trying to find Ben. That must be Ben right there. Yeah. So Ben is right on Vesper's tail. Vesper was in 10th. I think she's in 11th now. End of race one. These guys were second and third at the weather mark. And look at these boats that jibed early and got on the jibe, taking the finish. So there's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5. Cam might end up being 6th. Getting ready for race 2. We have little bursts of wind coming through. The whitecaps are more caused by just little breakers because it's getting choppier, but it is a little breezier, not enough to pins down. So the adjustment you make on these easy boats is you put a little more vang on. As soon as your main sheet's really tugging at you and you're hiking, starting to hike, and the crew's starting to trap pretty hard, you put the vang on. The current is just going very slowly right to left, and so you just use the vang on these boats. Super easy to just depower them. We might need to pins down for our smaller teams. You got to check. This is the biggest puff of the day right here. We just saw a cruising boat up there's mainsail flogging. Okay, so you get caught out of tune. It gets windy and you're not in tune. You've got to probably put the jib Cunningham on and put the vang on and adjust the vang. In the light spots, you ease it a little when you're on full, so you can't adjust it all the time. It's too hard to do it all the time. It's not easy to get to. Not super easy to get to. Yeah, so here you see how they go. Go upwind, they gotta get their traveler height right. They've got vang on, so they got, that's good. That stabilizes the lead. That's only Ali Bleacher. Legend sailor. Yeah, okay. So see the blue sky starting to come in. So that's what's, now the sea breeze is starting to come in. Nice. Okay, so it's a tough call whether you change pins or not, depending on your weight. If you're small, there's actually clearing on the other side of the mountains out there too. So all the clearing's just starting to have rear. Mark is way over there. I'm not going to film much of race 2, but
approximately 250 yards directly to windward of you.
Sun coming out. We don't get this in Southern California very often. This is downwind. These guys are going to have a blast. Man, it's a long port tack, seems like to me. Scary big log out here. Somebody were to hit that. Race 2, this guy looks really stable, winning by a long way. I mean, that's a big gap. Yeah, very stable. Jib is just staying out a little bit, so he's not really soaking way low. Right there he is a little. Very stable. Very nice. And very stable. The orange kite here is Vesper in August. The spinnaker pole seems too far forward, so the spinnaker seems a little more all over the place. It rocks to leeward, then it rocks to windward. Yeah, it's just nodded. See that? Oh, okay, they were jibing. Just stabilizing the kite a little bit, like squaring just a little bit. looks pretty good. See, the leeward side of the kite will start to get a little soft. Ooh, they've got it locked in right there. Okay, that's looking good. See, a little unstable. Just got to square just a little bit. There they go. He pumps the main at the top. He's really got the main tight at the top of this swell. Both hands, see that? Yank, tight, tight. She's actually very high on the trap. She's actually high trapping and moving in and out. And then we'll step forward at certain times, yep. And just watches the telltales. If the windward telltale's moving, she traps a little harder, but not really lowering herself. Now they are in third in this race, but that's the team that is sailing the boat the best, 95. See how high? She's pretty high. See that? Maybe a little bigger team, but still, just make the skipper height. Here's Vesper right out there, 244 run, race 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's in the top 10. Vesper in August, 2441. This is really gross. Mustang. Also around the top 10. These two, Cam and Will, see that? Skipper, when you see big waves coming, the skipper's moving forward and back. Looks pretty good. Bang looks perfect. Spinnaker very stable. Boat flat. About 10 knots. Okay, spinnaker not quite as stable. I don't like leeward heel. I think the spinnaker rocks to leeward when you heel the leeward. That spinnaker looks pretty good. A little soft on the leeward side sometimes. Zach and Sam, look at her spinnaker. Nothing special. Leeward side of the kite is open because she's got pressure in it, because she's got the full squared right. Oh, that was a little mistake. They're in a very simple fourth place, so I'm sure they're not, but they got a huge gap on fifth. So I don't think they're trying their hardest, but you see how the thing's just floating out there. One pump catches the wave. Yeah, one pump catches the wave. There you go. Vesper right here, 2441. And she's in 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Spinnaker's not quite as solid because she tends to sail quite low. And August gets the spinnaker, the leeward side of the spinnaker gets behind the mainsail. But I like their commitment to just flying that thing way up there in the air. Because I tell you, when you get really good at steering and flying the kite, the high kite is fast. Right now it's just a little bit unstable. But you know, that looks really good now when she gets that sheet out. So they're at least 9. I can't do too much more video here. Yep. Then they try to pounce. Gotta pull the new guy, just the new sheet, just that little bit more. Oh, are they gonna roll them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, I think. Okay, spinnaker's looking pretty good. Uh-oh. They got rolled. Okay, now we got clear air. The finish line is right there, so I think they're gonna hold on to it. Nice. Nice surge. Really good job. catching that wave. Okay, good race. I find it a little strange that it's a U flag and you guys are, not my guys, but you guys are that close to the start with 50 seconds to go. There's enough wind to accelerate in like 6 seconds right now, full speed. You don't need to be bow out. I'm really proud of our guys. They're really doing that well. Oh my God, there's guys breaking the 1 minute rule right now. I think they're gonna have to do black flag to get these races off. This is race 3. Oh man, I think the current's changed, so I can't really get close to the line. Wow. Wow. Oh. I stopped filming that start, but there had to be U flags at that. I think I panned over with the camera to the race committee boat and still saw the class flag still up. That's Ben out there, so Ben's gonna have another good race. I mean, he's a good 30-40 seconds ahead of some of these kids already. Vesper and August are right over the umpire boat. They got off down the line. The pin's gotta be favored. Zach Peterson is just punched right out here. Just punched out there. Perfect heel, little heel to lure to get over the swell, just to keep the bow up over the swell, and then goes flat in the puffs. See how all the good teams are little lured heel at the top of the swell, just so you don't rock the boat to windward and have to push the tiller away from you. So this is pretty cool. Anyway, I can't video much. Phone's dying. This guy's on another level. This guy and girl. And then it looks like a Zach and Samantha coming in second here. Kingston, the one that was all over the pins, coming in third. He's just really quick. He can just sail around people. Oh, he made the mark, so he rounds second. Yeah, very low offset mark, so kite's going up early. Good job, Zach. Over down there, and including the boat that hit the pin. I thought they were over and hit the pin. They did a penalty turn and rounded the pin, which was fine. And pin end was quite favored. Ben did okay here on 1.13. He's just kind of go for a little ways, get a lane, and then tack out. Anyway, last video, the wind never came in. We never saw the clearing in the skies, and the breeze never came. Saw the biggest puff was 14 at the top of the course for a very short amount of time. Most of the time it was 8 to 11. Back to the dock at 5:30. Left the dock at 10:30. Long day. Long.